All right, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I don't sound very good. I just woke up and it's the first day, I guess, full day that I've had 1 million subscribers. So I've been kind of planning to do this for a little bit now. I guess ever since the whole thing happened. If you couldn't tell, I had a long night. But yeah, this story, dude, is probably one of my favorite stories of all time. Simply because of the experience itself. Now, before I even get into this video, like, I'm not here to glorify this in any way. You know, I don't know if people are going into this video expecting me to tell you to do it or anything. First off, when you're dealing with psychedelics, like, it's very risky to tell people, like, oh, you should do that, because, like, in all reality, you have to be in the right mind state to do things like that, and then on top of that, you need to also be with the right people in the right place, because if you mess up and like you do psychedelics when you're really going through it, or you're not maybe with the people that you trust the most, or you're in a sketchy place like an abandoned building or something crazy, you know, you're really increasing your risk of something terrible happening, aka a bad trip. And when you're tripping off of something like shrooms, that high can last for like 6 hours, okay? It can take a minute for that to kind of come down and stop. So this is not me glorifying it. This is not me telling you to go do it. This is just my personal experience with them and everything that kind of went down. So a buddy came to us a couple days before we were going to do this, and he told us that, you know, he had shrooms, and he talked about us all doing it and everything, seeing how everyone would react to that, I guess. And I was down to do it, of course, because I thought that it would just be a cool experience personally, and I kind of wanted to just see what it was like, which I guess is why most people do things like this when they end up doing them. So we decided that we were going to do it on this specific day. It was going to be four of us. He wasn't going to take any of them. The person who offered them up wasn't going to take any shrooms because he was going to be what's called the trip setter. Now, basically, especially with like psychedelics and stuff like that, you have a trip setter who's there. They're usually sober. That way they can kind of help people, I guess, through the experience if they need it. So if someone starts like freaking out, or they're having like a really bad trip, or they don't understand what's going on, like, they're there basically. And also, we were going to a place and we needed someone to drive. So we needed someone sober because like I there's no chance that you're driving when you're as fucked up as we were. So we decided that we were going to take these shrooms. We were going to then go get Chick-fil-A, right? So we ended up going and getting the Chick-fil-A first, and then when we got back to the car, we ate them, right? And I don't know how much I actually ate, right? Because, like, we bought a certain amount, but I didn't eat the full amount right away, right? Because I didn't know how I was going to react to the entire thing, and I would rather take a smaller dose and be, like, sure that it's gonna be fine, be a lot more comfortable, things like that, than to just, you know, shovel them all in and just fucking hope to God that I'm gonna be good. So we ate these shrooms, and they were fucking nasty, man. They're not good tasting whatsoever. If you've ever had mushrooms on a pizza, that is not how they taste. It's a very earthy, like almost charged kind of taste. It's pretty bitter almost. They were extremely crunchy because I'm pretty sure they were dried out and they were golden caps. Okay, so they were actually, the ones that I had were pretty good size, right? And I ate a vast majority of what I had. So after that, we ate Chick-fil-A, had a spicy chicken deluxe, you know, I had to do it. So we ate and everything, and then we headed to this state park to go hike, okay? Because our trip setter was like, oh, dude, you know, you guys are gonna love this. The colors are gonna be so nice out here in the park. There's, you know, little waterfalls, streams, and things like that to look at. And, you know, there's high points to just look over the park. Like, it's gonna be so nice. And so we get there, and it's been like 20 minutes or so, and like very, very minor feelings were kind of like going on. Like, I didn't really feel anything at all at this point. The only thing I could really notice was like a very small euphoria, and honestly, that could have been because I smoked pot before too, so I don't really even attribute that to the actual, like, experience of mushrooms. But once we got into the park and we started walking, we were there for, like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. A little bit through is when things started to kind of kick in a little bit, and it wasn't anything crazy at this point. Like, the colors, I will say, they did definitely become, like, more vibrant. They popped out more. And if anything, I just felt as if, like, looking over this entire park at points, like, just seeing the water and shit, I felt like, you know, I was reconnected with reality in a way. I know that sounds odd to say, but like, I don't usually go to state parks or anything, so like the most nature that you see here in like a city or like an urban area is, you know, a couple trees in someone's yard, things like that, grass. So seeing this, I'm like, damn, this is really the planet that we live on. You know what I'm saying? This is beautiful. And so we hiked for like 3 miles, okay? And we were taking breaks and stuff to like drink water and kind of, relax because our one buddy, there was 3 of us who took them. The one who took them, and I was honestly a little worried about because I didn't know how he was going to react. I felt like I was going to be fine, but I didn't know how he was going to react. He was like on cloud 9 by the time we were even like really starting to walk through the park. It was kind of weird. Like they hit him pretty quick, it seems like, but his pupils were all dilated and everything. He was having a little bit of trouble walking, it seemed like. Then again, like we're walking on these rocks and stuff, and it's weird, like going through these paths of this park. But once we're done hiking is when it really hits me. And this is the most distinct feeling I think I've had in my life, okay? So we get back to the car, and we're all hot and sweaty. It was like 82 degrees. My dumbass wore pants and a hoodie, okay? I don't know what I was thinking, but I wore pants and a hoodie, so that was a horrible idea. So we're all just like, we're all hot and everything. So we get back in the car, right? And our trip setter who's driving rolls the windows down, okay? And like, at this point, we're all like, because, we've been walking and whatnot, we're all hot and sweaty. You have to walk up like 70 stairs to get back to the fucking main entrance, which is weird. So we're just like fucked, okay? And he turns on the air conditioning, and dude, I'm telling you, it's so distinct. The moment we started playing music in the car, and the moment that the air conditioning hit my skin, I was fucking gone. Like, I literally went from pretty coherent to just fucked instantaneously. So it felt like time warped and slowed down right at that point. It felt like I was running in like, I don't know, like a quarter speed that I would usually go through, right? And I noticed this music like so much more. I mean, it just, the music for some reason was like really hitting. And I had this intense euphoria come over my body, right? Like I just felt so good right then. And from my shoulders all the way through my chest, down to about my stomach, it went like really numb, okay? Which that actually doesn't scare me because I've had that same feeling happen with a weed high like countless times, right? It wasn't really uncomfortable, it was more like relaxing, and dude, like I couldn't feel, I don't know, I didn't feel like my legs were there. I know this sounds weird, but like it didn't feel like anything below my waist was like even functional or even there at that point, right? So I lean back I'm in the back seat with my buddy, okay, with my best friend. I lean back, right, and I look over to him and I'm like, yo, do you feel that? And he's like, yeah, and he's laughing. So it hit us both hard at once, right then. So we're driving back to the city, okay? We're driving back home and everything. And dude, we're seeing all these, like, there's a bunch of farms and stuff, and there's animals in these ranches, and there's tree lines, and dude, it's just insane. We were listening to like just insane dude, like at one point Hotline Bling came on by Drake, right? I hadn't heard that song since like 2016. That shit was a complete fucking bop. I mean, not to say it wasn't before, but dude, at that point in time, oh my god. Then we had some old Jack Harlow come on, the song Dark Knight, dude. We'd been listening to that song for years, dude. I hadn't heard that in a minute, dude. I was so hyped when that came on. So we're just sitting here listening to the music, bro, just enjoying ourselves, and oh my god, the body high was just fucking intense. Now we get back to the house and everything, and I sit on the couch, right? And we put on a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was fucking stupid. The moment that I hit the couch, I felt like I started melting into the surroundings around me. And the body high and the euphoria was getting severe. Like it was becoming intense, okay? I couldn't stop laughing. And I like stretched out all weird, and my friends were like, bro, are you good? You know what I'm saying? Because like, dude, no chance that I wasn't. I was so much higher than everybody else. Like, I don't know if I had better shrooms. I don't know if something about them made them interact better with me or something. I have no clue. But dude, I was fucking destroyed. And then they put on the movie A Haunted House, which actually wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. And we're sitting here watching this shit. I'm like all twisted up on the couch, right? Just like laying there, melting into my surroundings. I'm telling everyone, I'm like, bro, this is the craziest shit I've ever felt. Oh my god, like I'm so happy right now. And the trip setter, he's there like hyping you up, like, yeah, man, that's awesome, right? Like embrace that. Because like obviously he's not gonna be like, oh, fuck you or anything like, because like you're trying to have a good experience. So, and then that's when hallucinations started to kick in. Now, I have rarely ever hallucinated in my life, okay? It's been a handful of times, so the moment I started hallucinating, I was like, holy fuck, okay? Because it wasn't, I feel like people think if you do, like, psychedelics, which I'm sure it can happen, especially on higher dosages and maybe, like, on acid or something like that, that, like, basically what goes down is, like, you see fucking three-dimensional patterns and shapes and, like, all these different things going on. The hallucinations I saw was like, I looked at the floor and it was just kind of warping. Like it was like wavy almost. Like it looked like if you stepped in it, that it would have a little give to it and you might break through it. Like it was kind of waving around a little bit. Then I looked back up at the TV and it like bent real weird. And I'd look at my friends and like their heads would get like a little bigger and then a little smaller depending on like what angle I looked at them from and things like that. So it wasn't like these insane hallucinations, but it definitely did happen and it was pretty fucking nuts. Now, I was gone off mushrooms for about probably 5.5 to 6 hours, right? When we took them, it was like 4 o'clock, and by the time I really started to come down, it was almost like 10 o'clock. Now, we just stayed there the entire time and just kind of kicked it and hung out. But dude, the euphoria and everything kind of came, it was almost like in waves a little bit, which was weird. Like, I felt like I was coming down about 3 or 4 distinct different times, right? Throughout the entire 6-hour trip or whatever. But then at random points throughout that, right? When I thought I was coming down, like I was kind of coming back to my senses a little bit, instantaneously would get hit with an all new fucking peak. So I thought the peak watching TV was like the peak, but no, dude, it just kept coming back and it was getting more intense over time. Which is weird because it seemed like everyone else, like they peaked and then like they kind of plateaued for a little bit and then they just went down gradually over time. But mine was like I said, it was almost like up and down throughout the entire experience. I didn't really hallucinate anymore after we were done watching TV and whatnot and just sitting down there chilling on the couch and whatever, but like the intense body highs and stuff were coming back for a minute, and it was fucking crazy, man. Like it was a very intense feeling, and once again, I mean, it's not up to me to tell you guys to do this. First off, it's against the law, so I can't really advise you to do something like that. I mean, it's something that a lot of people, they go through that kind of experience themselves when they're comfortable with it and when the opportunity presents itself and whatever. That's how I was because, like, in all reality, I could have done them a long time before that, but I wasn't, I think, in a good enough mental state to do it. Psychedelics can be definitely pretty bad to do for a lot of people, and with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus, make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members, your support helps my channel tremendously, and until my next video guys, this is Optimus, well, tripped off mushrooms, and signing out.